magani dog. Hello, my relatives.
Gazali Squad Jamaica. Begi Kenda Sawigomega.
Leech Lake Tribal College.
Ani and Jackie Indigenous Cause. The presentation today is sponsored by Miikinaa 2012. Miikinaa means the path. For students, is the path to retention, academic success, and transfer to a four-year college. Miikinaa is sponsored by the Arts and Humanities Department and funded through a grant by the Institute for Higher Education Policy and the Walmart Minority Student Success Program. Today's speaker is Jimmy Oxford, a second-year student. At the end of his time at Tribal College, he will receive Associate of Science degree in Natural Science. Jimmy is also a peer mentor of our Learning Center and the only male student in the Miikinaa class program. Jimmy will tell us his personal story about the alcohol abuse and his triumph over it. So please, let's welcome Jimmy Oxford.
Okay, hello everyone, how are you? Okay, I'm here to talk about, my experiences with alcoholism and how I overcame this addiction. Okay, Anin Gikanu, Amagani Doug, Anin Eja Jimmy and Digitikas, Nindun Dem. Hello, how are you? I'm Jimmy Oxford and my clan is the Bear. Okay, what influences turning alcohol? Seeing our parents drink and everything, that just becomes a normal, repetitive cycle to us. That's how we think life is. That's how we think life is for everything. At least that's how I thought. It was normal to me. Every weekend, okay, I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to get some money because, there's a lot of people passed out there. And I was having fun. I was in the mix of the crowd. I was, trying to be the life of the party with the party, actually. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry, this is my first time doing this too, so bear with me here if I'm a little bit. And this is what our kids think this is normal with me drinking at the house. I mean, my oldest, that reminds me of me. He was, in a mix of the party, trying to just be like us, be older, and we grow up way too fast. We grow up way too fast. We see too much. Starting early. Yeah, I started drinking when I was 11 years old. I was a hard drinker. I like Blue 100. I wouldn't eat. I would think about I wouldn't eat so I can get more drunk. I mean, at 11 years old, that's not the mentality that you're supposed to have. It's not normal, and that's what I'm trying to do here is show my kids that drinking with them there and everything is not normal. That's not a normal life. And on the reservation, there ain't really nothing to do. That's what it is, We could play basketball till 6, 7 o'clock, and then after that, it's dead, you know what I mean? I mean, there ain't nothing to do. There ain't nothing to fill our time, and all we see is, our family. And then I started doing it. I ended up like my parents. I was drinking with my kids. I was, they're crying jags, My kids ain't supposed to see that. They ain't supposed to be there trying to console me when I'm an adult, when I'm drunk, you know what I mean? It's not right. It's not right at all. And my turning point was just one night I went out, everything was all good. Everything was all good. We went to the store, then I ended up getting jumped by some Red Lakers and everything, so, but, I mean, then after that, I was all pumped on my adrenaline, I was mad, and I went home and I started quarreling with Kelly, and that just, she kicked me out and everything. I had to go stay with Dad. I was, drunk, and I don't need that kind of life. We woke up the kids, and we didn't even have our own house at the time. We stayed at their parents' house, and her parents, they didn't drink. They're elders and everything, so that just messed up that whole situation for a couple months just by that one night. That one night of fun does not amount to the consequences that it brings the next day, the same night, a week later, because you got to go to court because you were drunk and did something stupid. It don't add up. I mean, when you weigh it, the consequences are way higher than the feeling of being drunk. Even though if you don't get no fight or nothing, you still got a hangover the next day, and you just feel like, and trying to explain this. How do you explain this to a 7, 8-year-old? What happened to you? And I always started it out, I was drunk with a lot of things. I started thinking about that, and a lot of my mistakes, probably 95% of my mistakes, I was drunk on it, and I was drunk while I did it, and that's how I opened up my statement, I was drunk, to try to justify what I did. And just because I was drunk, I mean, look at that. How do you explain that to a kid? Okay, I was drunk. That's the first thing, and that's what they hear. That absorbs in their mind. Okay, he's drunk, getting into a fight and everything. That's how I ended up. My oldest son is the age now where I start drinking, and I see myself in him a lot. We both love sports. We can have conversation about sports for hours, and I don't want him to go the same path that I did. So I'm trying to. I don't drink anymore. I don't drink with him anymore, and I don't drink at all. It's been clean. May 1st, 2008. But I went to jail. Thank you. And yeah, ever since then I went to jail. I caught a charge. I'm on probation now, but it's not worth anything, the consequences. But now I'm finally living up to that vow. I don't want my kids going what I went through, seeing the fighting, knowing how they feel, carrying that to school even. And, thinking about that, it's hard to concentrate when just the night before you had 40 people in your house partying, yelling, laughing, fighting, everything. It's, you can't, it's hard to move on with your life. Like the next day, this is how my parents acted, like nothing happened. My parents, we'd get up the next day, I'd eat my cereal or whatever, and everything would be normal. Like there wasn't 40 people at my house the night before, fighting, calling, everything. We wouldn't talk about it. I don't know if they didn't remember, or just didn't want to say anything. But they never talked about it with me. They told me not to drink, but then, that later on that night, they would be drunk, and they would just contradict everything they say by their actions, and that's how I see their actions. They absorbed up in me. So I ended up like them. And yeah, I'm trying to do my part. It's a small step, but it's a step. If I don't drink with my kids, when they grow up to have kids, I hope they follow our path. Not drinking, breaking that cycle to stop all this, because alcohol has engulfed the reservation, our families, everything. It's just a repetitive cycle. Everybody does it. They see it. Okay, I'm gonna do it too. There's what, 1, 2, 3 bars right in the same vicinity, not even a mile apart. I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to the bar. Everybody's waiting to turn 18. Everybody's waiting to turn 21 so they can get drunk. And it don't even matter because they've been drinking since they were 15. So turning 21, well, for me, it wasn't nothing. I mean, okay, I've been doing this. I was going to bars when I was 16 years old drinking. So it wasn't nothing new to me. It ain't nothing new to just about everybody on this reservation I know. It's a part of their life and they have to deal with it. And I see a lot of the older elders walking around, laying down, passed out on the side of the road. Every morning, I drop Kelly off at school, there's a pack. I see 2 or 3 packs already going to the liquor store. And I do not want to be like that. I don't want my kids to be like that. I don't want my kids to see that. Yeah, I just wanted to tell everybody that, my parents were good parents. Everybody makes mistakes. I made mistakes. Kelly's made mistakes. But what we do to try to just to live up to our mistakes, know what we did so we could fix it. And that's what we're doing. We've been doing it for now, a couple of years now. So, I mean, it's pretty good. We're doing good, I think. And I do, I'm an alcoholic. I'm going to be an alcoholic the rest of my life. I drink. I'm 27, but I drink, over 16 years of my life. So over half my life I've been drinking. And I like it now that I'm finally seeing what my parents do to me, how I think, my mentality about everything, and that's how I want to change it. I want not only me though. I want I want everybody to change. I want to break the cycle on the reservation because our people can do so much more without this. I know they can. I know they can. Going to the Leech Lake Tribal College, my son comes here with me. He sits in class last semester. He had his notebook out. He was trying to do our math, and he was like, "How do you do this? Okay, you divide this, and what is the X for?" And did you know them as letters? No, but I like that. I like bringing him here. Yeah, he comes out in our class, in our counting class, a couple times, and I like him seeing that we're trying to better ourselves, and how we was before is not the right path. Is not the right path to go. That they need to follow our lead by example. I didn't admit my addiction until probably a couple years, maybe a year before I quit drinking. I knew it was wrong, but I didn't know nothing else. I mean, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. I felt like that's what I had to do. I had fun, and now everything's a lot clearer. I'm a lot more focused, and I could absorb all the memories and everything instead of waking up the next day and getting told what happened. And now I can live my life how I want it. I'm in control of my life. Alcohol does not control me anymore. You know, every time I went to the bowling alley, I always had to get a bottle, because that's what I thought. I had to have fun. To be drunk, I thought I had to have fun. But a couple of weeks ago, we went to the bowling alley, and she beat me, by the way, too. We got to go back. That is messed up. Yeah, and, but, you know, everything's a lot clearer. We was getting down on the dance floor. They was playing music. We was dancing all sober, and I just absorbed all the memories, and I like it. It's better when you're not drunk. You're a lot more focused and everything. So I thought I had to be drunk to have fun. I had to get a bottle and, you know, do my thing, but I know everything's a lot more clear. Everything makes a lot more sense, and I ain't getting in our fights all the time. I mean, you can see my nose. I've been broke about 5 times, 6 times. So, I mean, that life's behind me. I wanna leave that there. I wanna move forward with my life. And I knew I had addiction when I was drinking 4 or 5 times a week. You know, I'd get up, I'd be drunk, and then so I'd just start drinking again because I already had the feeling. And then, you know, once I all came down from that, I was shaking. You know, I had DTs and everything, and I said this is enough. I know I'm addicted to alcohol. Alcohol controls me. That's all I thought about. So I admitted my addiction, and then maybe about a year later, I quit drinking altogether. And no, I didn't go to no treatment center. No, I did it on my own, cold turkey. Well, actually, I was in jail for like 5 days, so. Well, so I cleaned up a little bit then. I know, but it gave me a lot of time to think too. I knew what I did wrong. I admitted my mistakes, and the stereotypes of natives. You know what I mean? I want to change that because that ain't true. I know more natives, you know, who are sober, who's running a good life, and than I do who is drunk, you know what I mean? But yes, the tribal college helps me a lot. I mean, everybody here is so supportive. It's like one big family, all since the flyers come up. I mean, everybody's been telling, yeah, you can do a good job, we're gonna support you, and I like that. I mean, I like that here. So the tribal college does help me a lot. And it's helping me move on in my life. That's what man I wanna be, an educated man. The more you know, the better you're off. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much.
Leech Lake Tribal College provides quality higher education grounded in Anishinaabe values. Miikinaa.